Presentation explores the research conducted by McGuire et al. On gender stereotypes related to STEM and their impact from early childhood through adolescence, specifically in the context of informal science centers with implications for school counselors. So, this study by McGuire was published in the Journal of Applied Developmental Psychology, and the primary focus of the study was to explore how gender stereotypes um, regarding STEM emerge early in childhood and persist into adolescence. So, for context, informal science centers such as museums and science camps were examined to understand their role in either reinforcing or challenging gender stereotypes. And I think these are particularly relevant findings for future school counselors as um, they will help you think about and work to support equitable academic environments that promote gender inclusion, in this case in STEM, but wider applicability for sure. So, some key findings from this particular research, um, gender stereotypes begin early. So, apparently, gender biases around STEM appear as early as preschool, where boys are typically perceived as naturally suited for subjects like math, and that just continues. There's a persistence of stereotypes. So, these stereotypes evolve but remain consistent throughout adolescence. Boys are often seen as more competent in engineering and technology, while girls are seen as less interested or capable in these fields. And when we looked at, or when when the article looked at the impact of informal science centers, they found that once again these can either reinforce these stereotypes by showcasing gendered roles in STEM, meaning more male scientists in exhibits, for example, or challenge them by promoting diverse role models and inclusive messaging. So, in this research study, the participants in this case, the study involved children from early childhood through adolescence, providing insights into how stereotypes develop at different ages. And data were collected in informal science centers, which provide less structured environments for learning compared to traditional classrooms. The data collection methods, they use surveys, interviews, and observational methods to gather information on children's perception of gender roles in STEM. And why does this matter? Well, this study gives us a unique lens into how informal learning environments contributed to gendered perceptions in STEM, which I think school counselors benefit from understanding by generalizing that then to a school context and developing interventions. So, some implications for school counselors awareness. School counselors need to be aware of how these stereotype influences impact students' academic self concept and career aspirations, especially for girls. And counselors play a critical role in challenging gender norms and encouraging students of all genders to pursue STEM fields. Um, in terms of interventions, counselors can use career counseling, group workshops, and collaboration with teachers to ensure that both boys and girls feel supported in STEM education. Counselors should advocate for gender inclusive STEM programs and help create an environment where all students feel capable of excelling in science and technology. So, in terms of promoting STEM for all genders, school counselors can design programs that emphasize collaboration, role models, and equity in STEM classrooms and extracurricular activities. You can create inclusive messaging, so interventions that you might be involved with should include inclusive language and imagery and STEM materials, ensuring equal representation of all genders. um, bring in guest speakers and showcasing successful female, non binary, and male STEM professionals is crucial in breaking down gendered stereotypes. In terms of workshops and counseling, counselors can run workshops for students to discuss stereotypes, raise awareness, and encourage self confidence in STEM subjects. These are just some ideas, but we're going to do a project together where you might come up with others. Here's a few examples of some effective interventions. So you could look at mentorship programs where students are paired with STEM professionals of various genders to inspire a broader view of who can succeed in these fields. You can partner with STEM teachers to design lesson plans that challenge traditional gender roles, ensuring group work and participation is gender inclusive. Again, know your audience and if this would be possible in your school context. You could organize informational sessions for parents to make them aware of how gender stereotypes may affect their children's career choices in STEM. You can work as part of a team to develop after-school programs or STEM clubs that actively encourage children of both genders or all genders to collaborate, focusing on diverse STEM projects. So, in conclusion, the study by McGuire highlights the persistent nature of gender stereotypes in STEM from early childhood through adolescence. In terms of action for counselors, as school counselors, future school counselors, it's critical to challenge these stereotypes early and create pathways for all students to feel confident in pursuing STEM careers. And your role as a school counselor is to foster an environment of inclusion and opportunity, ensuring that gender does not limit any student's potential in STEM fields.